Hi everyone, my name is Carolina Giraldo Nora, and today in this section I'm going to explain to you the advantages of the holistic diagnosis in your systemic design project. The goal of your project is to generate an autopoietic and circular system that is based on your real case study scenario that you have been assigned, in this case a company. To do so, you're going to analyze, or you're going to overview the complex scenario in which this company is based. For that, we're going to use the holistic diagnosis tool. That will allow us to do the analysis in two levels. The first level is going to be the territorial one. We're going to see the macro picture where this company is based. The second is going to be the productive system that this company is set in. So with the territorial component and the productive change analysis, we're going to have the big picture, the state of the art, and it's going to be the baseline of our systemic design project. Okay, so how to apply the holistic diagnosis in the territory of this company corporate we have been assigned? For this, we're going to generate a multi-level analysis that will allow us to cross-cut information from different categories a system implies. So let's recap the steps of the holistic diagnosis already reviewed in other units. And our first step, as you may know, is the assessment, where we're going to set the system boundaries for this value chain. So the system boundaries are going to be the precinct where this value chain is set, as well can be the city or the town, the region, the nation. So it will allow us to understand where are we set as a territory and the scenario of this value chain. For this, we're going to choose like our macro categories are going to be economy, demography, cultural, geographical, but also you can add more categories as you wish. Let's say like urban flows if you need it or you require it. The important thing is that we don't have 1,000 categories, and the categories are not maybe more than 7, let's say. These macro categories include like subcategories that will allow you to give you more detail about the territory, of course, but I also invite you to of course, tailor these macro categories as you may think is useful for your project. For example, in geography, what is the quality of the air of that area that maybe with your new system can be improved? So are these kind of things that go like not only about assets that will allow you to unlock innovation, but also assets that can allow you to assess the thing you are like trying to achieve. Afterwards, we're going to go to our second step, that it's about desk research and field research. Desk research, of course, is about the regional databases, the city databases that are available. And then in the field visits, of course, because of our sanitary situation, we don't encourage to go encounter other people. Also, what you can do is our Skype calls with key stakeholders that can deliver information that it is relevant for your research and cannot be found in databases, because that is also a thing that can happen. And then after having this big database, this huge Excel that we're going to have with all of our territorial data, we're going to go to our next phase. They're going to be the visualization, the infographics of our territorial system. This visualization will allow us to understand in an inductive way what are like the wicked problems, the cross-cutting approaches of the territory, where are the opportunities that can be cross-cut from category to category, and so on. So I hope this explanation related to the territory was useful.
Hi, I'm Elena Ferrulli. And now we will focus on the holistic diagnosis of the company. The first thing you have to do is to analyze the different activities of the production process, which are divided into phases. For each phase, you need to identify the different flows of energy and matter, which we call input and output, as well as their quantities. We define the inputs as the incoming resource of a process. So, raw or semi-finished materials, as well as the energy which enters in this process. In the same way, we define the outputs as the waste, the surplus connected to the production process, and of course the final result of the production. Great attention must be paid also to the actors involved in the production process, as well as the logistic and the management of the resources. In fact, we consider the origin and the destination of each resource, whether it is regional, national or transnational. What you will gain is an overall picture of the company and its flows. This knowledge will be enriched by the contribution of the other courses from the economic point of view as well as the environmental point of view. In fact, you will gain insights of the financial statement of the company as well as the environmental analysis. The previously mentioned ARCVI path can be used also in this phase. Let's start with the first step, the assess. In this part, we will provide you a custom database which contains general information about the company, its production processes and also the financial indicators, all divided by categories. Then let's move to the second step, which is the research phase. Here you will obtain data both from desk and field research, which are carried out in the company. After this phase, we collect all the data in the provided database. Once you have all the data collected, it's time to visualize them. In this phase of the path, you should graphically represent all the flows in input and all the flows in output for every single process. Remember, visualization should follow your communication goal, so feel free to find the most suitable one for your project. Finally, you will get to the interpretation phase, which allows you to have a complete understanding of the state of the art of the company.